Hey guys, what's going on? It is Chris here once again looking ahead to today's slate for the 21st of August. Hopefully you guys all did pretty good yesterday. Unfortunately, we came up a little bit short. We had Chris Middleton, unfortunately, and he absolutely screwed us. So, yeah, dude, it's crazy, man. This guy's getting paid max contract, and that happened. So, yeah, came up short. Didn't have Davison, and it had Whiteside instead. So, it happens. Cash line was pretty low yesterday as well. So, anyway, as normal, if you guys need any help on NBA, Fanduel, or DraftKings line of advice, all you guys need to do is hit us up on our Twitter, and we'll help you guys out as much as we can. And like I said, on Fanduel, you get my exact lineup that I am playing, and also we have our sportsbook as well. Oh man, yesterday's sportsbook wasn't too good for us. We took some underdogs, and it just didn't pay off. So that is what we got going on. So anyway, we are going to look ahead to today's slate as we usually do. I do have a special guest here today, one of our guys from our Slack that is in there quite a bit, and helping everybody out. So anyway, yeah, if you wanna talk.
Hey, how's it going, everyone? Chris, thanks for having me. Pretty excited.
Yeah, no problem. So as normal, guys, we're just gonna go through this slate like we usually do, and then he's gonna, chime in a little bit and give you a couple of his plays at the end of the video, like I do. Like I said, it's just gonna be normal. So, yeah, let's get into it. First game, we have Toronto and Brooklyn. We have a 220 total, and Toronto by 10. So once again, I do think Brooklyn can keep up with Toronto on this one. I do see Toronto winning this one for the most part, but I wouldn't be surprised if a couple of those Brooklyn guys do sneak in, maybe in a GPP winner. Joe Harris is out in this one. He left the bubble. I think he's back though, but he probably will not be playing in this one. So that opens up for TLC, and it also opens up a little bit for Garrett Temple as well. So, yeah. Anyway, who you got in this Toronto Brooklyn matchup that you're looking at?
So, Toronto, Brooklyn, I'm probably going to go with Kyle Lowry. I really do like him at the point guard position. At shooting guard, I do like Karis LeVert. I mean, his usage is really high. Joe Harris is going to be out, so usage is probably going to go to him. Also, looking at Luwawu, his price has come up a little bit, but again, with Harris being out, I think he'll beat that salary just fine.
Yeah, and so TLC, that's what we call him for short because his name is really long. Anyway, he got the start last time out. Only had 19 fantasy points in his start. The good thing though is his usage rate did go up about 3.5 points, so that's always good to know. Still had 17 real points. Didn't get a ton of defensive rebounds, which he usually relies on. So that's why his production wasn't too bad. But still, shot 16 times, so he's still out there being productive. Just didn't have the greatest game. So definitely think you can go back out there to him. And also, like I said, Joe Harris is being out, so that also helps him out as well. So who do you got on the Clipper side? Sorry, not the Clipper side. Toronto besides Lowry. Anybody else?
On the Toronto side, I'm probably going to be riding the Van Fleet train, 7,900, but still, the dude's going out there playing, if the game stays close, well over 40 minutes, almost playing the whole game. Has a good usage. If he gets hot from the three, he's nailing those shots. And yeah, I really do like Van Fleet, and I think I'll probably stick to playing him tomorrow.
Yeah, out of all the mid-range guys, Mitchell, Paul, and then obviously Levert and Fred, I do like Fred the most. Obviously, he's gonna be a little bit more chalky just because he has been doing so good. But I mean, man, like I said, it's usually he doesn't take a dud on you. He's usually a pretty productive guy, so don't mind him. I don't have too much Norman Powell. He is 4,900. Had a really good game last time out. Had 32 minutes, so they could put him back out there, but his minutes are always iffy. But he had a 25% usage rate, which is a little high compared to his average. So, but yeah, still not too bad off the bench. You can look at him if you want to. I do think he'll be a lot lower owned than Lou Williams and Clarkson and guys like that. So if you want to go him in a GPP, you could. I do like OG 24-25 for him. Siakam, I don't have a ton of him. He could break out, but in this restart, the dude really hasn't been doing much. Just, not too into him. Who else we got? Not really into Ibaka. Allen, don't mind him, 35-ish, 36. So I think that's mostly it. Anyone else I didn't really mention that you're on?
No, pretty much from that game, I think that's everybody.
Yeah, so anyway, the main guys in this one obviously is Lowry. It's pretty obvious. Levert, Fred Van Fleet. Like I said, I'd have Fred over Levert, but still, if you're doing multiple lineups, you got to have Karras. We like TLC quite a bit, a little bit of Temple, OG as well, and maybe one or two shares of Jared Allen. All right, moving on to our next one, Denver and Utah. We have a 218 in Denver by 1. So for the most part, this has been a pretty good series. Utah is getting back Mike Conley tonight. So, yeah, what do you think of Conley coming back?
Yeah, so I do like Conley at 5,800. I think that's going to be a really good play there.
He should be pretty chalky. I mean, 5,800, and this series has been pretty good. So I think he's going to get you about 28 to 30, maybe even a little bit higher. So solid for sure. I don't think he's going to have any minute restrictions. They are in the playoffs, tied 1-1. So this dude's a veteran, so I don't think they're really going to ease him back into it. So I do like him. Morris, maybe 2021, but I don't know if you really need to go there. As we mentioned, we do like Mitchell. Um, the only a little concern here, Mitchell won't have the ball as much because obviously Conley's going to be the main point guard now. So his touches may go down just a little bit, but the dude's still going to shoot a ton out there. So in the last 2 games, he's had 7 and 8 assists. That's usually not normal for him. Usually around 4 to 5. So definitely his assists probably going to go down with Conley being there. So definitely keep that in mind. Moving on to that Denver side, who are you looking at?
On the Denver side, if I'm going to pay up for a center, I do like Jokic a lot. I think he's going to go out there, ball out. This game is it's a really good series, like you were saying earlier, and I think he's going to be playing big minutes, a lot of usage. So if he can get hot, I think he destroys that salary.
Yeah, he had a massive 40% usage rate last time out, and then 26 before. But yeah, it looks like Jokic is kind of going out there and shooting the ball again. As we all know, he in the regular season he's off and on shot maybe 5 times, and then he shot 20. But looks like so far here in the playoffs, Jokic is looking like the old Jokic. So it would be nice if we got a couple more assists. Only 3 and 6 in his 2 games so far. That would be nice to get a couple more. But overall, yeah, Jokic at 94, pretty good spot there. Then we got Rudy, not too bad either. If you can't spend up to get Jokic, I do like Rudy. Usage rate is interesting, 13 and then 20. So still getting half decent shots, a little bit more than he did in the regular season. Um, any of these other cheap guys that you're looking at here in this one?
So Michael Porter's salary has come down a bit. He's still playing in the 30-minute range. Not a lot of power forwards out there, so if you do have to pay up for one, I do like Porter. Other than that, O'Neal, Grant, probably GPP plays, and Millsap really doesn't do much, so not even going to go there.
What about what about Joe Ingles?
Joe Ingles, man.
34 and
We
28.
yeah, we have a history with Joe Ingles, but
He's
I
been
mean,
good.
in the bubble, he's been doing really, really well, and he's playing those big minutes with Conley back. We'll see what happens. But at 5,700, if you need salary relief, I'll probably go there again.
Yeah, I don't mind him, but as we just mentioned, you have Temple. That's a little bit cheaper, and one other guy that we'll look at a little bit later. So I don't think you need Ingles here. But I think if you're going tournament, because Temple is going to have a lot of ownership, I think you could go Joe Ingles in a tournament. Then another guy we forgot to mention, Jamal Murray. You liking him? You going to go back there, or what you got?
His price is a little high for me. Didn't do so well last game. But I mean, again, not a lot of good point guards out there. So if you do have to spend up, we might have to go Murray today.
Yeah, so I personally don't mind Murray into GPP. Still had a 26% usage rate in 30 minutes. So I really don't mind him. Like I said, he's still getting the right amount of usage. Just didn't really hit his shots down. Didn't have too much of an assist game. So I think he can come back. I don't think he's going to hit that 55, but 33, 35, I think he can definitely hit for you. But yeah, I really do like this Denver Utah game for sure. Moving on, Boston and Philly at 216, and Boston only by 5. Huh. If you're betting, I feel like that five's a little. I think you could easily bet Boston by 5, but that's just me. Yeah. So anyway, I'll let you talk about Boston. Who you liking?
Yeah, so the only issue with this game, of course, could be a blowout potential. But other than that, Kemba Walker at 7,200. don't mind him, but again, he hasn't been doing the greatest out there point wise. Uh, Shake Milton, probably not going to go there. Um, Josh Richardson, maybe GPP. See who else. And I think Tatum for me is a must play tomorrow. I really do like Tatum from that Boston side.
Yeah. Anyway, going back to Josh Richardson in the restart here with in the playoff. These first two games, 24 and 23% usage rate, which is really high for him. Usually he only averages about 17, 18% usage rate, so he's getting a lot more shots up here. Not the greatest defense. I mean, really good defense, not good for him. But I still think you could look at him. I don't think he has a ton of upside, but if you're looking for a guy 24 to 26, you can look at Richardson. Burks, I think, is worth a GPP look. I'm a little concerned about his minutes, only 16 minutes. It was a blowout, so they didn't really need him too much there in that second half. So I guess that's why the minutes were down. But I think you can go back to the well here. He had a really bad game and another guy that's going to be playing minutes off the bench. I like him. I really do like Burks for 24, 25. At $4,000 with a guy that can get you, 24, 25 points. I like him. I really do. Um, all right, moving on to small forwards. We got Harris or Brown. Who would you rather pick if you had to pick?
Uh, if I had to go, I'm probably going Jaylen Brown. I mean, Tobias Harris hasn't shown up too much. Again, I personally think they both barely pay off their salaries. So
Yeah, so for the most part, don't really want to go to those guys.
yeah,
And then we got Tatum. Like I said, we really like him. Not too into Horford. Daniel Theis has been absolute crap. Joel Embiid's not too bad at all. He's going to get you about 50, 51. But like I said, I personally would rather go to Jokic. I think he has more upside. But man, Joel Embiid, his usage rate is insane, 30 and 38 in his first two games. So I mean, if you have the extra money, yeah, definitely could go Joel Embiid. He's still going to go out there and do very good for you. I just feel like Jokic has more upside because he can do more with the assist and stuff like that. But both those guys are for sure pretty solid plays. And Cantor, I'd say probably a DK play in my opinion. Only if only if Boston blows him out, he might get a couple extra minutes. But that's mostly it in that one. So I don't have a ton of exposure. I'm not too high on Smart either. He could go off, but I just don't like that dude. Um, anyway, moving on. Last one we have Clippers in Dallas, 232, and the Clippers by 5. So Dallas, yeah, man, they came to play last time out, and I think this is going to be a good series. I think it could go 6 or 7. I really do. Yeah, who you like it liking in this one?
yeah. So like you were saying, I think this series definitely goes to 6 or 7. I think a lot of people are going to be targeting this one for good reason. Um, Luca, obviously a really good look. I mean, he does put up. I mean, he's a definitely point per minute guy. So if he's out there, he's going to get you, a lot of points, assists, rebounds, all that stuff.
Yeah, so right here, you're probably not looking, but right here it says average fantasy points per minute. He's averaging 1.57, so that's pretty high overall. Out of this game, he is the highest fantasy points per minute at 1.57, and then Kawhi at 1.45, and then you got Boban at 1.39. We'll get to him in a second. But yeah, definitely don't mind Luka Doncic. So what about Reggie? You like Reggie?
Reggie's a risky play for me, but at 3,500, I mean, again, if you're trying to fit in some bigs for GPP, you might have to go that route, and I don't mind it. I'll probably have a little bit of exposure to Reggie.
Yeah, for me, I think a lot of people are going to go there. I mean, he's bare minimum at 35, so he needs to get you 17, 18. The only thing I worry about with him is obviously he's going to be the main point guard out there, but Kawhi and Paul are the main ball handlers out there, and Reggie's probably going to be starting here, so he's not going to get a lot of usage, and so I don't like him. If he was coming off the bench, I might look at him a little bit more, but still, the dude's only 3,500. And then we got Seth Curry. He's been half decent, 22 and 22, coming off the bench. You like him or no?
I do like
He's
Curry, 4,600.
4,600. Ugh.
Yeah, his salary definitely came up a bit, but I mean, he's been pretty productive. So if he can go out there, nail those 3 pointers, I think he should be a good play at 4,600.
Yeah, for me personally, I think he's a little too high at 46, 22 and 22. He's still playing good minutes. He could get you 24, 25, but I don't know if I'm going that way. Moving on, George, he could go off this one. He's been not that great. Terrible shooting last time out, 4 for 17. Not good at all, but still had 10 rebounds. So if he gets the shot back, he can get you 35, 40 easily. And then we got Lou Williams. I mentioned before with everybody, but usually whenever Reggie Jackson starts and Lou comes off the bench, his usage rate goes up, and we saw that with a 26% usage rate last time versus Dallas. So he'll be very chalky, and for the most part, should be in a pretty good spot here. Moving on, we got Kawhi Leonard. I like him, 53, 54 for me in this one. Dude's coming out there once again, high usage rate as normal, and yeah, I think Kawhi balls in this one. They're tied 1-1. I think he's gonna want to go out there. So we got Tim Hardaway. What are you thinking?
I do like Tim Hardaway. If I had to play someone in the 5K range, I do like him. He's playing upwards of 35 minutes. So I mean, if he can get control of the ball, put some shots up, get some steals, I think he should be a good play at 5,300.
All right, so I think Ingles was 56 or 57. Ingles or Tim?
Ooh, that's tough. I would probably go. I'm gonna say probably Joe Ingles, GPP.
You think so? Oof.
That's personally where I would go.
I'd probably go Tim. Tim's playing 35, 40 minutes. Joe is too, but Joe Ingles just screwed me over too many times. So
With what's been going on in DFS, I
yeah,
mean, you never really know. You can't
anything could
predict it.
happen.
Exactly.
And then you got Porzingis. Porzingis hasn't been too good these first two games. Think he rebounds here, or
I do like Porzingis, but again, with Luka on the floor, his usage does go down just a bit.
it does?
Um, he's playing with a lot of emotions, which is good, so he could go off. But the way he has been playing, he's nowhere near beating that
Yeah,
salary.
and he's a little
So,
hurt too. Left
and he is a little hurt.
heel.
So if I had to pay, I would rather pay up for Tatum in that
Yeah, for
position.
sure. Marcus Morris, this dude's been going off. 5,100 bucks, 38 and 31 in his two playoff games. I really like him. Usually don't like him, but solid play for sure. And moving on to, I don't really like Maxi Kleba, by the way. Anyway, center, we got Boban, Montrez, and Zubac. This is very interesting over here. This is what Doc Rivers said about Harrell. He says his rhythm's not right, his conditioning is not great, and it's just a tough place to try to interrogate. So it looks like overall he's not, Harrell's not really there yet. So I don't think he's really worth a look. With Harrell being back, Zubac gets a little bit of a downgrade as well. So this comes to Boban. What do you think?
Out of the three centers in this game, my first choice would honestly, I'm going to say for GPP, go to Boban. The dude doesn't play a lot of minutes, but let's be honest, when he's out there, in 9 minutes the other day, he put up 25 fantasy. Well, like that's insane. If he gets the ball in his hand, he's not even leaving the floor. He's just sinking it in the basket. No, no problem.
Yeah, so this is huge GPP guys. Like I said, if you're playing Boban, only put him maybe in one or two lineups. Don't go crazy on him. I mean, the dude's only going to play maybe 10 or 11 minutes, but this is insane. In 10 minutes last time out, the dude had a 35% usage rate. That's just insane. So anything could happen. The game before, he played 13 minutes and only had 13 fantasy points. So definitely a boomer bust guy for sure, but definitely could be worth a look. So I'm gonna go over here. I'm gonna give you probably my 3 or 4 guys that I'm looking at, and then we'll let him have a couple as well. So I'm gonna go Lowry. I do like him. I do like Mike Conley as well. I'm gonna go Fred. These are obvious picks, and then I'm gonna go Marcus Morris. So out of those 3 spots, I mean those 3 guys are taken. So if you have any 3 that you're liking to fill into that lineup.
So, Yo, yeah, that's going to be a little tough. Can you fit Jokic in there?
Um, Drops you down to 58. So you can, but you have
Yeah,
to
it would
get
be
some cheap guys.
yeah.
So who you liking?
So if you're trying to get Lowry and Van Fleet in, if you're trying to go for salary, I mean, if this is a line you go with Boban, sure. But maybe drop down to Allen. I do like Allen.
Yeah, I think you could keep Jokic
So,
in there, and I think I'm just gonna help you out. You already know, but I think you go Fred Lou Williams,
and then small forward, you can save up with maybe like Temple. We got Ananobi. So
TLC.
yeah,
Yeah, so I mean, you can easily go. Well, I guess TLC is a shooting guard, but yeah, you can easily go OG. that doesn't look great on paper. Like I said, if you want to take out one of those guys, if you don't want to go Lowry, you can definitely try to get in Kawhi, but it's not going to be the easiest. But that bumps you back up to 7,000 right there, and that you could probably go get in Tatum and then go cheap down to Morris, Curry, or Tyler, or somewhere around that area. And overall, that's really not too bad of a lineup. If Temple for some reason is not starting, I don't know. I mean, I feel like he should be starting, but like I said, hopefully he does start. OG 24-25, like I said. If you don't want those guys, like I said, you could totally spend up to Tim Hardaway, get you about 27, 28, and then obviously Kawhi as well. So overall, it's really not too bad. I think we have a pretty good handle on this slate, and it should be a good one. I'm liking it. So, got any final thoughts?
Yeah, so I like this slate a lot too. I think it's pretty straightforward. There's a lot of value. There are a lot of 4K, 5K guys that could
They're
put
going to
up
be
30
chalky,
plus.
though.
Super chalky. But if
Yeah.
you're trying to fit in bigs, especially target that Dallas Clippers game, I know a lot of people are trying to get Luka and Kawhi in there. I think that's still possible.
Yeah. So, all right, guys, that is mostly it. A little bit longer video than normal, but yeah, if you like having special guests on, let me know. Leave a like if you do like having extra people on to help talk about the slate. And as normal, if you guys have hit that sub button, definitely hit that. Would appreciate that. And as normal, if you guys need any help on FanDuel or DraftKings lineup advice, let us know. Yesterday, like I said, unfortunately, or fortunately, wasn't too bad. Wasn't too good. Sorry, but it happens. So, like I said, all you need to do is hit us up on our Twitter, and we'd love to help you guys out. So, that is it. Hope you guys enjoy your what is today? Today's Friday. Nice. Enjoy your Friday. We'll see you guys a little bit later on.